So we have our first footballer on. It's showing you, when you get mad serious, man. It's showing you do that.
Thanks for having me, lads. Don't worry, I'll settle into it, lads. It'll be grand.
Richie Towell.
Blade's sweating here.
Yeah, it does get warm. Thanks for having us on, man. Thanks.
We're just saying here off camera, this is our first athlete in the chair as well, so a huge honour.
Yeah, no, it's good. That's what we were just talking when we saying, especially footballers. You see, obviously, a lot of the MMA and the boxers and stuff like that, they do probably a bit more of this, but footballers are kind of kept behind the closed door, aren't they? It's kind of, they're kind of shielded a little bit from it. Like that, some clubs don't want you talking out a turn or anything like that. So I think that's why footballers get a little bit more protected. Like, and then if you do have them on, they're just going to give you the same shit.
That's what you're just saying there. With
fans were great win. You know what I mean?
They go again next week.
Yeah, I always used to say to my wife, I used to always say, I'd love to be like the honest footballer on social media and be like, fucking fans were brutal today, weren't they? And pitch was shite. The ref was dirt. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I always said. But if you just come in for so much heat, wouldn't you? If you started off like that, like.
Yeah,
especially from everyone in your own club as well who was paying you.
Yeah, of course.
That'd be
Jesus.
the worst one to get.
Yeah, Manjo was shite today, wasn't he? Can't believe he didn't start me. He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't.
Were you ever on a team with anyone that did do a bit of social media? Like they would be a bit more out there, or they tried or that?
Yeah, I played with Jesus, loads of lads who had loads of followers on social media, but like that again, like I think when I played with James Wilson or Salford, he had probably 1 million followers or something like that at times. You know what I mean? Just even loads of lads at Brighton had fucking millions and millions of followers. Like, but like that again, they're shielded, aren't they? They have a big shield up themselves. They do, because they don't want to put too much out there that if anything happens in a game, it'll come back to haunt them. You know what I mean? That's the way it is, really. Like
Rashford, he's the biggest fucking.
Yeah, well, he can't even go out for a fucking for a point.
Sancho as well, but he's been like commenting free now and shit. Like, well, he didn't say free.
He loves the app. He does. He gets taxes everywhere.
What is it he said after Rashford left? He said free or something like that, and then two hands emojis or something.
Yeah,
and he gets death over that now.
But like, you see, even the lads can't even go out for a point without a load of heat coming on their back. Yeah. They're young men earning fucking loads of money. Like, they can't go out for the night out. Like, only human beings at the end of the day as well. You know what I mean? That's another thing. People think, oh, he's going out drinking after a game. He's going out for a couple of drinks on a Saturday, like the way fucking most men are after work. You know what I mean? Yeah. He mightn't have a game for another 7 days. Like, he'd be fine.
And he's fitter than most men. He's better habits than most men as well. So he probably
I wouldn't say
deserves
he's paralytic out fucking then kicking on till Monday and Tuesday. You know what I mean? He'd be going out for a few drinks and then home with the missus or whatever. Like,
I seen Phil Jones. Did you see that interview he done there? And he was talking about when Mourinho told him, go on out, I don't need you for the weekend. I think he played a cup game midweek.
Saying that.
So he said, go on out. And Phil Jones was saying, I had 3 or 4 points. And he kept going on about how that's way over his limit. Like, he wouldn't
that was mad for him.
He would never drink that much. He was like, that's way too much for me.
He got called into play then,
didn't he? He
said he was brilliant in the game.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's sometimes, like, I've had it as well where, like, the emotional energy that you're expending during the week, thinking of, like, if you have a big European game coming or something like that, you're constantly thinking, right, everything has to be spot on, have to be sleeping at a certain time, waking up, have to be eating this, like, doing everything perfect. Where like that, sometimes you let the hair down, you're more relaxed, and then fucking playing actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you just roll into the game and you're brilliant. Like,
you don't have the time to
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
No,
and even your preparation leading up to it might not be perfect, but like that, you're more relaxed going into it. You're having a few drinks, be grand. Just get a bit more water into you. Like.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done that. But probably looking at me playing a few times, you probably think he's at the minute on the drink. But yeah, it's mad. Like.
Would it be more regular now the Irish lads go for points than when you're over, say, in fucking Scotland or England?
I thought that I did, to be honest, because I remember when I was at Dundalk, we had a great dressing room, lads, all sound. They were, most of them from Dublin, few Dundalk lads, all Irish lads they were. And we used to have some great nights out. We obviously had a lot of success up there, so we had some good nights out as well, we did. And then I ended up signing for Brighton, and I remember saying, I was like, I'm going to go over there and these are going to be fucking, like, they were top of the championship at the time. I was like, these are going to be so professional. Nobody's going to go out. The first time I was in, like, would we going out on Saturday like that?
Oh,
that's really weird. Lads again.
Great dressing room. All the lads that were there, like, Lewis Dunk, Sam Baldock, Shane Duffy, Steve Sidwell, fucking brilliant lads. Like, do you know what I mean? Man. Like that, worked super hard all week. But not every weekend. You're probably talking once every 2 months or something like that. Go out and let their hair down. They were great crack they were when they went out. Do you know what I mean? Not this like standing pose and that like that. Proper lads that went out and enjoyed themselves, which was brilliant. Like I loved it. I did. Great dressing room there was.
That's fucking unreal. I actually didn't realise you played with Steve Sidwell.
Yeah, so me and him signed the same week we did. So I think I signed Monday, he signed Tuesday like that. So like we were the two new boys on the team. Didn't really know that many of the other lads, we didn't, so we kind of just stuck together and ended up having a good relationship. I still keep in contact with him now.
That's
like he's fucking brilliant, like top fella, someone that had a mega career. Like he was Jose Mourinho's first ever signing for Chelsea and stuff like that.
Yeah, number 9 as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I think he took number 9.
Yeah. So listen, that's some people have a perception of like footballers that have played at this mega elite level and they think that they're untouchable. He was just sound normal bloke, like which most footballers are. You see the likes of the Pogbas and players like this that are fucking, there's a way, I think they're away with their fairies, with their social media and what they do and the zigzags in the hair and all. Each to their own, like if that's the way they want to do. But most lads that are playing in England, like, are just normal blokes, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I want to get into, you have a question there?
No,
I want to get into how, like, from the very start, like, because you've touched on a few of the clubs there for people. Well, I'm sure everyone knows who you are, but like, bring us back to the start there. Who did you start off with? You started off with
Crumlin, So I played for Crumlin from when I was 5 up till I was 15. And then I ended up signing for Celtic. I went on trial to loads of different clubs and then I ended up falling in love with Celtic, I did. So, like that, like any young kid's dream in Dublin to go and sign for Celtic, like, you know what I mean? So,
did you go on trials and all?
I went on trial and I remember, I think after 20 minutes in the game, I started really well, putting a few flying tackles, and the Scottish are similar to the Irish, like they loved that. And it was Tommy Bournes, Lord rest him. He's like an absolute hero over at Celtic, he is, and he was first team coach at the time. He came down to watch the game, and I'll never forget, he came out with me at half time and he was like, "You're for me," like.
Really, yeah.
Like, I remember just that feeling, like, fucking hell. Like,
and is that one of those where you still kind of, it still might fall through, or you just know there and then?
It happened pretty quick. So I had to come home. I had to fly home then do my junior set, and never forget, I was like, I'm not going up to the studio. I'm signing myself. I was like, I'm not going to the studio. My man and dad was like, you won't be signing anywhere unless you get up and study. So I remember I had to still go do all my exams and all. That's what my man and dad, they always kept me grounded, they did, you know what I mean? So it was good, like, and then obviously signed for Celtic, spent there 6 years, went out on loan to Hibs for 2 of them years. What was I, 19, 20, playing first time football in the SPL. So,
and living abroad that whole time as well.
Yeah, well, my wife that I'm with now, that we're married, we were together then, so we were only like 14, 15 when we were together, Jesus. So mad stuff, so I moved over on my own, left her, my mum, my dad, my sister, everything like moved over, so it was a bit of a culture shock for me, like.
At 16, man, that's crazy.
I was 15, I was only 15, so I was 15 and then turned 16 in the June. So I look at some 15, 16 year olds now and think, I wouldn't let them put a slice of toast down in my house. They'd burn the house down, like, do you know what I mean?
Like, not a chance.
That's where it is.
And what did you do when you went over there? How do you live? Like,
So I went into digs at the start.
Yeah.
A woman called Pam and her husband Angelo, they were incredible for me. They were like my mum and dad away from home, like they got me first driving lessons, helped me get me license, everything, like just anything that I had to do, they really helped me. So that's what made it really easy for me to settle in. And then my parents and my wife now, they used to come over and visit me all the time, so it made it easier. Like, and there was, when I signed there was 12 Irish lads there. So I walked into a dressing room and you'd hear a lad from Galway, a few lads from Dublin, Carl, whatever. And I was like, this is just like being back at home.
Yeah,
like,
back at home.
Brilliant,
And it probably is easier in Scotland than England as well. Like, just
well, I went on trial to a few clubs. Went on like Spurs and went to, where else did I go? Jeez, Birmingham City, West Brom. Went to loads of different clubs, Blackburn, and like that. The English lads were a bit cliquey, like, you know what I mean? They kept themselves to themselves. They did at a young age because they were fighting for contracts. They were all on them YTS contracts. So
what's that mean?
Most of them, like, up to probably up until they're about 15, probably 16, they wouldn't get paid a penny. And then when you do your YTS in England, it's like the maximum you can earn is like £100 a week or something like that.
Really? Yeah.
But they didn't have that at Celtic, so straight away I went off on good money. That's what. Because I remember getting offered contracts in England. I was like, fucking £95 a week. I was like, I can't live on that. Like, and then Celtic came in and blew all them out of the water. So I was like, loved it there. The coach and the fucking size of the club, and then they didn't have to pay that fucking £95 a week as well, so it was brilliant. Like,
That's fucking unreal.
I remember getting my first paycheck. This is how wet behind the ears I was, and I done business and on skill. I never forget. I know. In me junior, no 15. Like done like business in me junior and all night. Never get me first paycheck like that. Went on to no online banking like that. Went to the cash machine, card in. I was like, here we go, lovely. I was like, there's loads of money missing there. I was like, what's going on here? Rang me dad. I was like, fucking loads of money missing here. Like, he was like, yeah, that's called tax, son. I was like, what? Honestly, miles off I was. Miles off, yeah. So, yeah, that was my introduction to fucking the business side of things.
What's your opinion now of the League of Ireland, or like Irish players not being able to go to England and that?
Do you know what? It could be a good thing.
Yeah.
As I said, I see some, like, times have changed a lot. I sound like I'm fucking ancient. I'm only 34, like, but times have changed a lot, like, do you know what I mean? And I think the kids with the social media and everything else that goes with it, I think them being a little bit older going away, I think it really stands them.
Yeah.
And also then I think it benefits the clubs as well. You see like the likes of Mason Mealy and players like that, they're going for big money there.
Yeah, I've seen that lad from Rovers.
Yeah, Victor. Yeah, so Victor was
up.
up at my summer camp. Lovely kid, top player. Like, he has a really, really serious future ahead of him. So what do you got, over 2 million quid or something like that? I mean, it's wild, like, where when I was at Crumlin, like, Crumlin don't have the pull to say, here, we want 500 grand. Yeah. Like, no, we'll give you 100 grand or whatever it is, like, at the time, do you know what I mean? And that's what they get, and they don't really have a choice. But I think players now, with not being able to go until they're 18, like, they're getting forced time football. I see, like, Michael Noonan, he's scoring in European, youngest ever Europa Conference League scorer, like 16, like, do you know what I mean? It's wild. So his value's going to go through the roof as well, isn't it? When the time comes for him to go, like.
Is that 2 extra years playing actual first team football in Ireland? Is that better than getting
it's a hard one, isn't it?
Premier League?
Like, if it had been me, I was desperate to go from since I was young. Like, I always felt like I was mature enough to go. So I would have hated it to have to be here and like that playing the League of Ireland. The League of Ireland was very, very different when I was 15 to now. Where you see now, like, the publicity that they're getting, games on RTA, Virgin Media, nearly weekly. Rovers qualifying for Europe, twice. Dundalk have done it twice. Rovers and Shells are on the verge of doing it again. It's massive like
difference to what
platform
was
there for young players to go and be like, no, do you know what? I'm not going over like that on £95 a week. I'm going over. You're paying £2 million for me. I want good money, like, do you know what I mean? So it is good in that sense, it is. But then you have some lads that are like, you always find a loophole. They'll go and play in Germany, or they'll go play in Italy or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So
see the way now the league is obviously grown and all. Does that do the clubs represent that when it comes to money and all? What you get? Yeah. When
I first went to Dundalk, I was nearly paying them to fucking go and play, like, mad, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, we used to have fucking 2 toll bridges on the way up, 2 toll bridges on the way back. It used to be like, that's probably not fucking more than like, do you know what I mean? But like that, as I say, we had a great dressing room, great group of lads, and then obviously when I signed for them, they just stayed up to the relegation playoff, and then we ended up coming second that year, and then that's when you can go in and be like, right, fucking hell, we need more money now, like, you know what I mean? And they did. The club are brilliant. They were, look, it was nothing compared to what lads can earn now, but it was still good. I was only fucking 21, 22, do you know what I mean? So no kids.
That was straight after Celtic, was it? Yeah,
so it's mad. I ended up, I was like so close to finishing playing football. I stopped playing for about 7 months. I did. I ended up going playing for Bluebell, like, and I was like, can't be arsed with this anymore. You know what I mean?
Feel like it's done then, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got released from Celtic and proper fell out of love with the game. Like, hated it. I was like, do you know what? I'll just get a normal job. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like
business that. Probably.
Yeah, fucking being an accountant. I was gonna get everyone's tax back for them. I was.
Tax rebates over.
Yeah, I know. That's. I didn't really know what I was gonna do. And then my dad's a bricky. He went out with him for a few days. I was like, fuck that, not doing that. Like, so I was like, right. I remember having like serious chat with him, and I was like, right, this serious decision needs to be made. Like, I'm either gonna have a crack at it and really get my head down. Like, I remember I didn't drink for a full year, like, and I was going to the gym every single day, like, wouldn't even eat any carbs or anything like that, just like.
And this is while you're playing for Bluebell, or had you gone back to them?
Yeah, this was playing for Bluebell, and then I was like, Stephen Kenny ended up ringing me, and was like, I just come up to Dundalk, and I remember saying, going up there, like, fucking, they just stayed up to a relegation play. I was like, I'm not going there, like, no chance, like, because Rovers were interested at the time as well. Now, they hadn't won the league either. Then, like, that, more conversations, and I was like, you know what? Seems like Stephen Kenny's a good, not just a good manager, but he was a good person as well. Like, and I could see that some of the lads that he was recruiting, and I was like, you know what? I know a good few of the lads, so I think it'd be good to go there. And look, it was the best decision I think I've ever made. Like,
2 point, man.
Yeah.
And when you signed for him, did you ever even think like England or Scotland or anything like that was on the cards again?
It's mad because I done an interview when I was playing for Bluebell in the paper, and I said, like, I still have aspirations to be a Premier League footballer.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember I got loads of stick for it. I was just people like, what do you think you are? Like, playing the Premier League, can't even get a game in the Leinster Senior League. No, this sort of stuff. Like, but I've always been a very confident person. Like, and I always believed in my own ability. I just knew that I needed to knuckle down, and I needed to, like, that. I was only a kid. I was living away from home. I wasn't eating as good as I should have been. I wasn't taking advantage of all the gym that was available to me as Celtic and Hibs. And then, like that, you go out for a few, fucking 18, 19, living on my own in Edinburgh and things, so you go out for a few drinks at the weekend, fuck all else to do, like, do you know what I mean? So then when I came home, I was like, right, I'm going to make a proper decision now, like, and I'm going to give it a go. If it doesn't work, I was like, right, at least I can say I gave it everything that I possibly could. And after the first year, I was like, fuck me, I feel unbelievable here, like, do you know what I mean?
That's
so
class,
it's easy,
man.
like, yeah.
And when you leave Celtic then, did they tell you what you need, like what you could have done, like I say, this is what we think you need to build on, or?
No, it was mad. I didn't even get a phone. I just got a letter, I did.
Really,
and then,
man?
Yeah, and then my agent at the time, don't fucking speak to now anymore anyway, he had rang me and he was like, don't worry about it, there's loads of clubs interested in you. And I was like, and then it just kept happening where deal fell through, a deal fell through, a deal fell through, and I was like, you know what, fuck this. I was like, I can't be arsed with this anymore. Like that, I was only a young kid. I didn't really know how to handle the emotional side of it or anything like that. But like that, I just kind of fell out of love, and I was like, I'm not playing anymore, like, you know what I mean?
Man, that's fucking emotional.
That would fucking, because obviously we fucking love football growing up, like, now we're way off it, but that would have been our biggest dream. Like, I think getting a call to be told you're going to get signed for Celtic, you feel like you're there, you've made it, and you can't even imagine that.
I made my debut and all I did, like, for the first time. I never forget it. Made my debut, I think there was 55,000 people that came on, played really well. So we had a few injuries at Celtic. Then I didn't play for like 3 or 4 games after. And Neil Lennon was the manager. Neil Lennon, brilliant manager. Like, loved every minute with him. Like, as honest as the day comes. Like, if you were bad in the game, he'd be the first one to tell you. But if you were good, he'd be the first one to put his arm around you and give you some praise. Like, so I didn't play for 3 or 4 games after that. I was 19 maybe. And I was like, fuck that, I'm going in to knock on his door, I am, and tell him, like, I want to be playing. Like, I was like, had lads like Victor Wanyama who was playing centre midfield, Scott Brown, like incredible players. So I absolutely zero right, but as I said a few minutes ago, like, I always kind of believed in my own ability, like, do you know what I mean? And came on, done well, kind of was like feeling myself probably a little bit, do you know what I mean? Knocked on the door and I was like, why am I not playing? Like, and he just goes, get the fuck out of my office. And I was like, yeah, sound over that. Just walk straight out. And I was like, walked out, and I was like, oh my God. I said, that went down like a lead balloon there. I was like, couldn't have went any worse. And I was like, that's a disaster, that is. Then a couple of weeks later, we played in a friendly match against Hibs we did, and Colin Calderwood was the manager. And straight after the game, came over to me. I was a midfielder, and I ended up playing right back. We had like Mark Crosas, who was Thomas Gravison, who was playing in their reserve games. Like, so I was thinking, I can't even get a game for the reserves now in midfield. No chance of playing for their first team. So they said to me, do you want to go out on loan to Hibs straight after the game? And I was like, fucking right, I do. Like, Hibs are, I don't think people here actually realise how big Hibs are of a football club. Hibs are a massive club. They are great fan base, great infrastructure, stadium, training ground, the whole lot. So yeah, so we went out on loan then straight after it. And like, looking back, like, it was a big move at a young age, you know what I mean? So
it was getting much playing time.
Played every minute, every game when I went for, so that was probably January, end of January onwards, played every, and I was like, I love this, like, playing every week, SPL, 19 years of age, like, everything was great. It was. Ended up going back down, went pre-season tour of Australia with Celtic with the first team, so I was like, this is amazing. Like, I'll never forget, we flew first class to Australia and all, like, fucking never get the experience. You to a young kid from fucking Inchicore, like, do you know what I mean? Flying first class with all these players worth millions.
That's mental, man.
Yeah, so it was unreal. So I went on pre-season tour with Celtic to Australia, came back, and I could see, like, that again, the players that were there, I was like, I'm not going to play here. Like, so they said to me, look, do you want to go back out on loan? Went out on loan. Was playing every week, and then the manager got the sack. New manager came in, didn't play.
That's it, and then you're just released.
That was it.
There's now like, it's mad. They bring it all the way to pre-season tour, like, and then next of all,
I know that would always happen. To be fair in football, like, because like that, like, you need players for 11v11 when you're away on pre-season tour, even like the training matches, and you always get lads picking up loads of injuries during pre-season because like that the load is too much when they're coming back, like, after having the summer off, like, so they'd always bring a couple of kids over with them and just to train with them, get that experience, and I loved every minute of it. Honestly, loved it. Had a bad experience over there, but but see, with the jet lag and all, I was all over the place. Like honestly, I was wanting to like sleep at 9 o'clock in the morning, like, and just couldn't stay away. So we were going for an evening run. We were at like 5-6 o'clock in the evening. And I like conked out I was, and fucking assist Alan Thompson banging on the door he was, and I was like woke up all disorientated. I was all over the place. Had me flip-flops and all on my feet, like I was ready to go. I was just like, I'll just lie on the bed for a few minutes and just get a few minutes, because I was knackered, like all the travelling and all. And he's banging on the door. He was like, come on, we're going training. And I was like, right, so I grabbed me boots and I had me flip-flops on, and I was like, ran down into the reception. And the lads all just had their runners on, no boots, and I was like, what the fuck's going on here? So we started going for the jog around, what's the thing in Sydney? The Opera House. Started going for the jog all around the Opera House. And I'm like, lads, I have no runners. And the lads are like, you're at the main late already. You can't go back up and get your runners. Like Charlie Mulgrew and all, like funny lads, Scott Brown, like hilarious lads. They were like, you just have to run your flip-flops, like. So I'm running around fucking Sydney Harbour, around the Opera House in flip-flops I am. And all the lads are crying loud, and I'm like this, I'm running around, and I'm half thinking, right, do I stop and put on me boots? And I'm like, it's probably worse if I'm running around Sydney Harbour than fucking studs, like, do you know what I mean? So, honestly, made a holy show myself I did over there, so it was fucking disaster. Brilliant. But it was great times. That was, I spoke with, obviously, the dressing room at Dundalk and Brighton, and that was that was probably the best dressing room out of the whole lot. Like,
was it? Yeah,
there's some big characters there.
Some
that
laugh
was
as well.
Yeah, it was brilliant. 100%. It was.
Oh,
Scottish lads are funny, like.
Yeah, they look
funny.
Yeah, very like Irish, aren't they? Like,
yeah, very similar. Like,
what's Scott Brown like? Because he's a fucking, he's a cult legend, like, isn't he, man?
He's the best, honestly. Like, see, for any young kid coming through, like, he always had this fucking big persona of like hard man, which he was. He was hard. He was hard on the pitch, like he's tough as nails, and like led the team really well, proper leader. But for any young player coming through, he'd be the first one to like give us your number and like we go for a coffee. Or
I thought he was being serious. I thought he was looking for your number.
He'd be the first person, and he'd be always like, starting you need, like, just reach out to me. Like, he'd always put his arm around you. Like, if you had a bad session, I'd be like, look, you're grand, you'd be alright. And then he had this mega personality when he stepped onto the pitch of being like a proper hard man, and like always like mountain and stuff like that. Yeah. But off the pitch, then he was fucking nicest fella in the world. Like,
I love to hear
that.
That's
mad. But like, I think Roy Keane is kind of the same. I think the more you see of him, you can see.
But you see him on the overlap now. I just think he's comedy gold. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's playing into it.
100%.
He's good.
Speaking of contracts, man, he's worth his weight in gold. He was actually talking about his contract this week in the overlap.
Same.
And the money was on.
It was peanuts compared to what he should be on. You see some of the lads are on them contracts in the Championship now.
That's fucking crazy, isn't it, man?
Gary Neville said his last contract, which was like 12 years after Roy Keane's last one, was like half of
he said it on it. Like, I think it worked out like 20 grand a year. 20 grand a week.
It was something like that. Well, Gary Neville and fucking, I don't know.
You'd have lads in the Championship now on 80 grand a week.
That is mental,
easily, man.
Like. That is absolutely
I remember
crazy.
when I was at Rotherham in Championship, like one of my first games was against Harry Maguire. Was playing centre half, and Andy Robertson was playing left back.
Jesus.
And I was playing on the right of a tree, and I was just like,
and could you tell then as well?
I was like, if this is the standard, I was like, I'm miles off it.
Yeah.
But then Harry Maguire got us 100 million. Andy Robertson's gone and won the Premier League.
Yeah.
Played against fucking like Jack Grealish. He was at Aston Villa. Your man Eze, who's just gone to Arsenal, he was at QPR. You're playing against these lads, and you just think, these are too good. Like these are too good for the championship.
Yeah.
And they were, to be fair. Like Jack Grealish went for 100 million. Eze's gone for what 60, 70 million or something like that. So you see the levels during the game. You just think, how are you playing the championship?
Yeah,
You're too good. Like
fucking nuts.
Madly.
It's so many levels to football, isn't it?
Yeah, so many levels.
Like when you go now, even if you watch like say a Bluebell game now or a top like local team, do you know like when you're looking at that, you say they're the best around here, but they couldn't lace like a League Two player.
Yeah, it's big difference.
Yeah.
League of Ireland to League Two wouldn't be a big difference. I don't think. Not the top teams anyway. Like you'd have your Pats, Rovers, Shells, Bows, they'd all. I'd imagine they'd all mix it in League Two, but then again, you'd have like some finances in League Two.
Yeah.
Like I went obviously signed for Salford in League Two. And the fucking money they were throwing at it was outrageous. Like,
Crazy.
Wild.
That's mad. That was that before Wrexham was it? Was that before Wrexham?
Yeah, that was before it, yeah.
They were the ones that were meant to be doing that, like the takeover thing, and then Wrexham just blew it out of the water.
Yeah, well, Wrexham done it properly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They did. They, like, you see a lot of the big consortiums now that are taking over football clubs. Like, I'm a Birmingham City fan. Like, see Tom Brady's part of that, and they're just going to go bang straight here. You see Burnley have done the same thing, and they do. The American businesses know how to do it in football, like because they treat it like a business, like do you know what I mean?
It's
brilliant.
It is in America. All them like they're proper
franchises and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? That's all they think of, like, and they don't just invest. Like us over, all they done was invest on the pitch.
Oh really?
So they wanted success, so they just thought, we'll just buy it.
Yeah,
But it doesn't work like that. You need to have the infrastructure. Like we didn't have a fucking training ground. Like
really,
swear to God, like I never forget. You'd be sitting in the house and you'd have to bring your boots and all home. Now I know that sounds petty, like I have to bring me boots home.
There's that much money going around.
Normally you leave your boots at the training ground. You'd have fucking 10 pairs of boots. You just leave them at the training ground. You come in, you pick whatever ones you want the next day. But you'd have to bring your boots home there. And be like waiting for the text message Tuesday morning, like 8 o'clock. Right, we're here today, and you'd fucking get in the car and drive here, or you'd text you we're here, and you'd be driving over to the other side of the city. Like I remember first session, I was like, where's all the water? Like no bottles of water, man.
No.
Okay.
I was like, these are paying stupid money, but they won't fucking buy bottles of water. Like
Man,
that's mad run by football. Well,
I know. Well, I thought Gary
yeah.
Neville was the one who signed me. Like, so I was thinking, right, this is like I watched all the documentaries and all, like the class of '92, like, and I was like, this is brilliant. Like, they had a plan. Like when they were signing me, they were like we're going to be in the championship in 2 years. Like we're going to get promoted from League Two, then we're going to get promoted from League One. Like what Wrexham have done.
Yeah.
That was their plan. Like we have the finances there to do it, and they did. They just they were fucking sacking managers every 6 months for the start, and then. Like
no water for the players.
No water, no training ground. So they didn't they had the right intentions, but they just weren't ready to do it. Do you know what I mean?
How involved were they when you were there? Like
he was very involved. Yeah, he was like he'd be there quite regularly. He would.
Who owns it now? Because I know
they've changed it to I think an American consortium as well.
Is it? Yeah.
I think they'd literally just done it.
And just Beckham and Neville or something. Are they the only two players?
Yeah,
that have?
could be. Yeah. But Beckham owns into Miami.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
Not going to be worried about that.
He doesn't give up bollocks, does he? Like we speak about the American consortiums. They're operating on a totally different stratosphere. Like they're going out signing Messi and Busquets and
all of his mates.
He doesn't care if he's signing Richie Towell or fuck, do you know what I mean? Like, what's he? Yeah, like give him that. Like, do you know what I mean? Shut up, will you? Like, fucking, he wants $1 million a week here. Like, do you know what I mean? Over here, like, they don't care. Like,
That is some difference, isn't it, when you put it like
mad
that?
when
Man.
you do it, when you put it like that. Yeah.
See, I didn't know you were a Birmingham fan, man, and you're from Inchicore.
Yeah.
Would you have liked Keith Fatty?
Yeah, I played against him when he was at Pats when I came home to sign for Dundalk. Really good player, brilliant, and like that. He done brilliant at Birmingham City. He had really good career, like so. Yeah, he was well thought of at Birmingham City. Fans loved him, like.
Yeah, it was the last cup they ever won.
He was brilliant.
2008 or something.
Yeah. I think my dad was at that actually.
Was he?
Well, yeah, he used to bring me to when Birmingham got promoted to the Premier League and all. In the Millennium Stadium, like I went to that with my dad. They played against Norwich. Like I was there as only a kid. Like nearly sure he then went probably to the FA Cup, or to the final as well.
Yeah, that's fucking class.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Did you get to play against Birmingham?
I did, yeah, when I was at Brighton. Yeah, I got to play again. It was brilliant as well. I think I only came on for a couple of minutes, but so it was on a Saturday and we had a Christmas do. straight after the game. So we're like, right, we need to win here, like, because there's a big fear over there. Like, if you have a bad result, they're like, you're not going that Christmas deal. Yeah, fucking
really? Christmas deal
Christmas
was
deal was cancelled. Like, do you know what I mean? And we were going. Where were we going? I think we were going Manchester for. So you go Saturday, all day Sunday session, and then home on the Monday. Then so they'd give you the Sunday and Monday off. Like, I think we were 2-0 down at half time, and we were like. That's like we're used here. All the lads, manager's giving the team talk. The lads are like, "Come on, lads, we need the fucking we put it in there." Like, and then I remember, I think Glenn Murray scored in the 94th minute, 95th minute to win the game 3-2. The whole bench. You'd swear like we were at the getting promoted there and then. This is only in early December, like only halfway through the season. The whole bench erupted onto the fucking. Like onto the pitch down to him last minute. Deadly it was. Had a great Christmas day after that.
That's fucking unreal. Is Christmas Day the biggest night of the year? Like,
yeah, as I said, like I was always the lads used to give me a bit of stick over there. To be fair, like I used to go like fucking 4, 5, 6 months without drinking. Like, but then the Christmas Day came around, they'd be fucking right. I'm ready to roll here now. Let's go. Like, and then they'd be like, "Fucking hell, I know why you don't drink very often now." Like, as soon as you let the hair down. Like.
What was that like when you signed for Brighton? Because obviously, how many years were you at Dundalk?
I done 3 years at Dundalk. Yeah.
What was the year that you had the big? How many?
Yeah, that was me last year. Scored 29.
That's unbelievable.
It was mad because I didn't want to leave. Like, but like that, the finances weren't even where they are now in the League of Ireland. And Brighton came in. They were like we're interested in signing. And I was like, my wife, she was out there pregnant. Like, I signed for Brighton, and about 10 days later, she gave birth. Like, so. Jesus. So I never forget. I came home and I was like, I think I want to sign for Brighton. And she was like, what? She was like, are we like going to be moving to England? Like, and I was like, yeah, like we were only at that boy in our house in Walkinstown and all, and we were like getting it renovated, getting it ready for the baby obviously coming. And then I was like, no, I think we're going to be moving. Like, she was like up the wall. Like, so I ended up moving over, went over, and she obviously couldn't fly or that, and she was like, as I said, she was about to give birth, so she couldn't fly over and that like that. So I was like constantly on my phone. I'd come in from training, I'd be looking on my phone. Then the club were brilliant. I couldn't play until the January anyway, so they were like, you know what, go home for Christmas, spend time like the birthday of your daughter and stuff like that. So they were brilliant. They let me fly home. So I was there for the birth, and then straight after that, I think my little one was only about, her passport photo was hilarious. Like, it was 6 days old now.
That's mad.
Now I forget. I think she had a 5-year passport, and she was like rocking up. She was baldy headed baby, like, Tommy, 6 days old. She was rocking up with her hair down to her bum. Then when we used to fly, and they used to be looking like, I was like, make sure you a baby in that, like, you know what I mean? Like, mad stuff. Like,
that is mad.
That's not, like, so like my wife's under serious pressure. Then, like, I was like, have you got the passport? Like,
you would have been as well. Like,
I know, I had no card even going over there. I was getting taxis around. To be fair, the club are brilliant. They brought me everywhere. I had no house, like, so it was just a big rush. Everything was. You know what I mean? It's actually stuff that people don't see. Like, people think, oh, he went to Brighton, brilliant, like, he's on good money. Oh, like, that's all well and good, but I had a new baby, everything was new baby, new club, new house, new everything,
new mates, even as well,
fucking no mates at the start. You know what I mean? Like, so it was it was big, and that's why people don't realise, like, how it doesn't work out sometimes from the get-go. Like, there's outside factors as well, like, you know.
Of man.
That's January or summer. You moved?
Yeah, we moved into January, which I wouldn't recommend for anyone, to be honest, because most teams have a set team. Don't go to Crumlin in January. No, but, like,
was it unusual for a club to send you home for Christmas? Like, say if you weren't, they're supposed to play on Steams, as they don't think so.
Yeah, they play on Steams. Like, that's what I used to be in training on Christmas Day and all over there.
Yeah, that's mad.
I hated it. Like, I had a young daughter, like, and I'd be like, right, Santi hasn't come until I come home, like, do you know what I mean? So they'd be fucking waiting in the house, man. Also, it was a hard time. Like, we were very young, and like, that was first Christmas where I didn't have my mum, my dad. She didn't have her mum and dad, but it made us closer. To be fair, like, do you know what I mean? We have a great relationship now with them, and we're very close. She's my best friend, like, but like more than anyone. Do you know what I mean? So. Times like that do bring us closer together as well. You know what I mean?
You know, especially with footballers, don't hear them having a relationship since they're 14. Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's mad. It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, we are friends even before we started going out with each other. So, like, we know each other inside out.
Yeah,
like, really. Like.
That's fucking deadly.
Yeah.
That's class.
Oh, you pointing at the bit there? You were gonna say something?
I can't remember, because I was asking about when you first moved to Brighton. What I just wanted to kind of know about like what is, because obviously you're talking about Harry Maguire there. Yeah, you could see him in the Championship. He obviously was class playing for Hull, and then when he went to Leicester, he was class. Now you look at him playing. Well, not now, but maybe a year ago, you're looking at him playing for United, going, he's awful.
I know.
Like how
pressure in it as well.
is it? Yeah, but like what is the big difference between
some clubs suit some players? It's mad. Like you see even like your man Anthony at United, like couldn't hit a barn door, and then he goes out on loan, and he's flying. Like, do you know what I mean? But it happens all the time. You get strikers that score 30 goals, get a massive move, like that can't hit a barn door as well. Move again and bang in a load of goals again. So sometimes certain managers, certain clubs, certain cities even just don't suit the player like that. Some of them might, like their families might be like, I'm not moving to Manchester. You know what I mean? Like I'm living in Barcelona, I'm living in Madrid, these big beautiful cities. Like I'm not moving there. So the player's over there on his own. His missus, his kids are away, and he doesn't get to see them. And I know, like from my experiences, like sometimes my missus used to go home for 2 weeks. I'd be like, first 2 days is great, it is. You're like, I can relax, don't have to, baby's not waking me up and all, it's brilliant. And then after a few days, you're like, house is so quiet, like this, like that. Like you're not going out for points with your mates, like, and like that. You know, have training, gym, home. You're like home at 2 o'clock, like. What do I do now? Like, do you know what I mean? So you can see how some players. I'd always think I'm very mentally strong, like so. But you can see some players that are not, that could really eat away at them, like.
it really affects them.
I'm a Liverpool fan, and I think Liverpool's a club like that. I think a lot of players do well at us and go elsewhere, and it just doesn't work. Like the last few years, Torres. Then you look at fucking Mane, Wijnaldum, like Coutinho.
Coutinho.
The only time it's mental, like
Opposite at United, though.
The opposite.
I know. Yeah, and seems to go there. It's mad, isn't it? But like,
is it like there's that pressure? Like if they're obviously unbelievable footballers, like they have ability way beyond like the 1% of everyone in the world. Like you think that pressure is probably like just as much as important as the ability, or like not.
The mental side of it, I think, is so important. Honestly, like I worked with, for the last 4 years of my career, I worked with a sports psychologist. She's actually a clinical psychologist as well. Well, more so than a sports one. She was fucking amazing. Honestly, I'll give her a little plug. Mary, her name is, like, Mary was brilliant. Like I used to go and see her every week, and like that, like people. I remember some of the lads at Rovers and all, they'd be like they kind of look at it like as if like, is he mentally weak? Like, or is he struggling or not? Like that. Yeah. No, like as I said, like I always think I have like a bulletproof mindset. Like I never cared if anyone booed me, never cared what anyone thought of me. I always, once my inner circle always loved me and respected me, that's all that mattered to me. I didn't care what someone typed on Twitter about me. Never have, never will. It's fine, like, don't care about that. But like, I remember when I started speaking to her, and lads were like, oh, but you're like fucking like tuned in, like you don't seem to struggle. And I was like, no, I'm just doing it. So I never had any regrets in my career when I finished playing. Like, what if I had got another 1 or 2% out of it? Like, do you know what I mean? And I learned so much from her. Like honestly, so much. And
was that from Brighton that you met her? Or
no, at Rovers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she was working at Rovers as well. She was, and like that, absolutely amazing. Like, and I still keep in contact with her now. Like, brilliant.
That's unreal. See, with a sports psychologist, like, is that like you go in, you just say, I don't feel like I'm playing the best I can. I don't know why. Like, what's the stuff
it can be, or else like I used to do a lot of visualization and stuff like that. Oh yeah, like loads of stuff. Like I used to do mad stuff. Like I used to
like manifesting.
Yeah, but like so before every season was started, I was only speaking to the kids at my academy today about this to do it, like, because I know all their seasons are starting really soon. I used to write a letter to myself at the end of the year.
Oh,
and I used to like just be like, how you handled the setbacks during the season was brilliant, and congratulations on winning the league. I used to congratulate myself on winning the league, and you've done brilliant in Europe, getting to the group stages and just like stuff like that. And sometimes you look back on them and you're like right, I remember like thinking, do you know what, this year is going to be the year I'm going to get like 15, 20 goals again, like, and then you look back like, I only got 5, like, like, shit. But there was loads of stuff that came through, and it's good to look back on, and like that, like, you're writing down your goal, you're pretty much writing down your goals, but you're telling yourself that that's happened. This has happened. Well done on winning the league. Like,
fuck, man. That's mad.
I think it's called the Xander letter.
Is
if
it?
you Google it, yeah, there's a lot of athletes do it. Like, I don't think many athletes in the League of Ireland do it. I'd be surprised if they did, but it's just something that I've done for the last few years. Like.
What are the confidence levels of like Premier League or like those Championship players that you played with? Like, would they have been even more above? Because I think you saying that now, a lot of people will be thinking that's mad that you'd say that, but I'm sure there's probably things that those lads might have had even.
Yeah, like you'd see, like I played with like Anthony Knockhart and all. It's just like he'd have 2 or 3 players around him, and he'd be like, "Why did you not pass me the ball?" And I'd be like, "Fucking 3 players on you!" Like, so give me the ball. Like,
Really?
beat the 3 of them handy. Like, he got the Player of the Year in the whole league. So in the Championship when I was at Brighton, like, and just a player you couldn't touch. Like, everything he done was incredible. Like, and his confidence levels was up here. But then, like, I'd still speak to Anthony now. Like he's struggled massively over the last. He obviously lost his father, who he was so close with, and then he had a dip in confidence. He ended up going. He went to Fulham for 10 million. He did. And then he had a little dip in confidence. He did, and like that, like players' confidence is up here. Right team, right manager, and that's just the best player out of everybody. Like, that would have been in a year where Jack Grealish was playing in it, Eze, all them players. He was head and shoulders above all of them, like miles ahead of them he was. And then his father unfortunately passed away, and his confidence took a dip, and he just wasn't the same player after. He's not playing anymore. Like,
that's mad, isn't it?
Same age as me. Like, it's wild. Like, I think he might be stopped maybe 2 years now, maybe. Yeah, so it's scary how it can happen. Like,
so
the club is
well.
signing a player. I'm sure they consider that now, that mental side of it, like especially in the higher levels with all the money involved.
Yeah,
like,
I think like.
Is that anything that, like, when you were signing for Brighton, like, that was,
they used to do it on stats, so they were all
really, yeah,
like, so they were big into, like, do you ever see like Moneyball? You know the movie
I've
Moneyball?
heard of it, yeah.
So they just sign players off stats, like they do.
That's like Brentford do that big.
Brentford do it as well.
Brentford
Brentford are brilliant at it there, so they do it as well. They do. But yeah, obviously with scoring 29 goals as a midfielder, I'd say that was just flagging up on the fucking screen, like, you know what I mean? So came to watch me play, and that's how I got signed anyway. Like,
when you're going through the whole contract sort of phase of it, like, did they evaluate you on that mental side of it and all that?
No, I remember because they invited me and all my family over. They did. Obviously, my wife now, like, she was fucking out there pregnant, so she couldn't fly. So my dad came over with me. He did, and like that, I never forget to even before I'd even signed the contract, like chatting with the chief executive, the manager. So a big team of them, like, and then I had my agent and my dad there, and then I never forget, like, one of the first things he said to me was, I see you come from a good family, like. So they could see that even before I had signed, they were making a note of, like, what's his father like, and what's he like as a person.
Yeah,
we've seen what he's like as a player and that, but what's he actually like as a person? Like, don't know how they signed me then.
No, but they're fucking, obviously it was the same sort of, I don't know if you'd know, but the same sort of background staff there when they signed you that's there now, because the players that turning out in Brighton is unbelievable. And
do you know what? So the lad who would have signed me, Paul Winstanley, he's at Chelsea now.
Is he?
So he was like the head of recruitment, I think, at the time there.
Just sign anyone. Yeah, that's his job. Sign.
Yes, but like, you see the players that they've signed and sold.
Yeah.
Outrageous, like the profit margin that they have. So obviously Chelsea were like, why don't we not just, instead of buying, like, they were buying all Brighton's players. They bought the goalkeeper Sanchez, they bought Cucurella, they bought Casado, like hundreds of millions they spent.
Yeah, no, it's
be like, why don't we not just get that fucking head scout, like, and get
all
the players with that. Do you know what I mean?
See the Baldy fella? No, I'm thinking of someone.
That's Bruno. He was my captain. Are you talking about this?
No, I'm thinking.
He was Graham Potter's assistant manager there. Fucking legend.
I'm thinking
captain footballer, like playing football.
Yeah, so Bruno Saltor. So he's the assistant manager at West Ham now.
Trying to think.
I don't know.
Baldy fella, big beard. He's West Ham assistant manager now.
I'd probably know him by seeing him, yeah. And he was playing with you, was he?
Yeah, and he was Chelsea's assistant manager. He honestly, he was Spanish player for Valencia. Unbelievable career. He was 39 playing in the Premier League.
Fuck.
This fella, like, I used to just try and be like a sponge to him. Like, sat with him every breakfast, every lunch, and just try to like, what are you eating there? Like, but he used to eat pasta with nothing on it, bit of salt and pepper. I used to be like, I'm fucking starving. I used to be like, I'm starving. You know what I mean? So I'd be like before games, he'd just have like big fucking bowl of rice.
Really?
A little bit of salmon maybe, like. And I used to be like to him, you need your protein, mate. Like, he'd be like to me, yeah, I'm 39 and playing the Premier League, sure, you know what I mean? But he was he was one of the best captains that I've ever seen. Like,
really?
Incredible. Just the way he handled himself, everything. Be one of the first ones in the training, in the gym, doing. He was just a fucking perfectionist. Like, brilliant. Like, really.
Is that what makes a real good captain? Like,
you have to be a people person when you're a captain. Like sometimes the lads used to be like, we want a night out this weekend, and they'd be like to the captain, go on and get us a day off. Like,
you talk to the gaffer, like?
Yeah, so then the captain would be like, I fucking need to go in and ask him. Here, look, the lads are on me here. Like, they want a night out this weekend. They haven't been out in 2 or 3 months. Like, and like that. If Bruno went in, like, and be like, look, the boys, they'd just be like, whatever you say. Like, they give it to him.
Really?
Brilliant. Yeah, it was brilliant.
That's mad, like. That's mad.
Why you say like that?
Because it just is, like, if you have a locker room, and he said Americanising this, if you have a 30 players there, and they're all on you, like, and you're the captain, think about your next game, there's a lot of pressure, like, isn't it?
Yeah, I used to, like, won't name any names, but some of the dressing rooms you'd be in, you'd be like, fucking shit house here. It was like, go on in and get us, we want the night out this weekend, and you come back out, oh man, just said, now we'd be like, go back in there, be like, go back in and tell them, no, the lads want it, like, and I mean, they'd be like, I can't really go back in again. We were like, of course you can go back in, go on, like, mad stuff, like, that's what I'm saying. I think if you are top professional, and like that, the manager respect you, everybody respect you, and you've done everything perfect and you worked hard. If you went in and said, hey, look, the lads want the day off on a Sunday or a Monday or whatever, like, they'd be like, go on, like.
Yeah.
Who was the best player you played with? You said he was the best captain. But you know what? Because, you know, I'm always curious about, obviously, say Messi, for example, we've seen everything he's done. I'd say he's done mad shit in training that no one is saying. Like, it's like, or is that just you take it down a notch in training?
Some, like, I've played with lads that you look at them in training and you're like, fuck me, he's useless. Like, and then it comes to a game and bang, that little switch goes and they're just unbelievable. Like,
is that the crowd or just the competitiveness or just?
I don't know. Like. It's more so. It was more so in England. Like, you'd get lads and they wouldn't go all out in training. Like, they'd kind of tip around. Like, do you know what I mean? And they'd be like, I want to be fresh as a daisy come Saturday. Like, do you know what I mean? So you'd have lads that like that. There'd be a ball there and they'd be like, oh, go on. Like, do you know what I mean? And then in the game they go and fucking
they'd go through something.
Yeah, they go. It's mad like that. Like.
So who would you say would be the best
player I played with?
Have you got someone you think?
No, I was just curious.
It's mad because I played with Ben White. Like, he's obviously at Arsenal now. I played with your man Gokares, who's just gone to Arsenal. Striker. He was at Brighton when I was there. Who else was there? Victor Wanyama. I played with Victor Wanyama when he was there. Yves Bissouma. No, Bissouma, who's gone there.
Yeah.
He was a joke, man.
Jesus.
He was so good. Like, honestly, do you know who was probably doesn't get the credit? Lewis Dunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say him there. Yeah.
He, like, obviously he's gone to play for England, gone to the World Cups with them and stuff like that. Like, so. But when I first signed there, obviously Brighton were a championship club and they weren't well known in Ireland, to be fair. Like, because even when they invited me over, I was like, I don't really want to sign there. Like, even though I could see they were probably going to get promoted and all, and I was like, then I seen should see the infrastructure there. Like,
different gravy.
It's wild. Like, fucking 20 pitches, sauna, steam room, cold plunge, like, you name it, they have a big, huge, high performance gym. Like, Michelin star chefs, just fucking everything that they needed, they had. Do you know what I mean? And you can see why the club have gone from here right up to here.
Could you see the difference even with them in Celtic? Were they up even from Celtic again?
Yeah, massive difference, like, massive difference,
How does he stay? Where did he start off when they signed him?
Who?
Lewis Dunk.
Donkey.
Sorry.
Yeah, just to go back to that, I remember when I signed, obviously all the lads who I played with at Dundalk and all my mates over here, they were like, who's the best player? Who's the best player? Like, expecting me to say the striker I was going. I said, boys, the centre half is outrageous. I said, I don't know how he's playing the championship, but it was mad when I was there. So I think in the first 2 years, so like that, in that, I think that was the January I signed. I think Chelsea came in and put a bid in for Donkey. Club rejected it, and he was like, well, I want a new contract then. So give him a new contract. Then in the summertime, Arsenal came in from reject the bid, and he was like, I want a new contract again. Like, you know what I mean? I think he got like fucking 5 new contracts in the space of fucking 2.5 years or something. But well deserved as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lad who's just performing at a fucking elite level constantly, like, and he was just so good. Like, and then I always thought, like, he's way too good for the championship, and then when he goes up to the Premier League, he's the exact same. I mean, playing passes through the lines and goes and plays for England and stuff like that. So it's brilliant. And he's a great fella as well. Like
that's even better.
Really good bloke,
you do hear people, even watching football, you see people in championship teams and players, and they come up and just not able.
You see some of the teams struggle massively. Like you see, like Ipswich, so I played with a few of the lads that were at Ipswich last year, and I feared for them and just fucking didn't get a sniff. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they say that's the biggest jump in football.
Yeah, it's big. Just because of the finances. Like, that's even when we got promoted at Brighton, I was like, I'm fucked now. Like, I was like, I need to get out on loan. That's when I ended up going to Rotherham. Like, so I mean, this is another good move for me. Like,
yeah, was that League One time or Championship?
They were League One, and then we got promoted to the Championship. Then went back doing pre-season with Brighton, and then went back out on loan. Like, Brighton were going out and spending 20-30 million on players, like midfielders, and I was like, I'm very realistic. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, I have no chance. So I was excited to go and play in the Championship because I hadn't got a full season in the Championship. I'd only played like very minimal games for Brighton in the Championship, like, so it was good to go out and get some game time.
If you didn't go out, what would they do? Let you try him with the first team?
Yeah, like Chris Hughton was the manager. He was brilliant. Like, he kind of, like, obviously get managers and they have their favourite players, and if they turn up late for training, it's like, I didn't really see if the lad who's not playing or they want to get out the door turns up late, like, you're fine. And
that does happen, does it?
All the time, loads of that. Yeah, Jesus Christ, all the time. Like, it's wild. It is. But Chris Hughton was brilliant. If you were the best player or the worst player, he treated you the same.
Class,
proper, like old school, like fair, like really fair. He was brilliant. He was, yeah. And what was it? I didn't even know what they fucking said there. I just wandered off. What was that question you asked me there? I just wandered off. I
can't even remember, to be honest.
I want to go back. What the question I was going to ask earlier on, because we talk about this even when we're playing FIFA and all, right? But as a footballer, I fucking hate stats, man. See what you're saying, Brian?
That's taken over now.
It's stupid.
Yeah, you specifically hate XG. That's the one thing
expected goals me big. I hate it the most, man.
It's true.
But you could have a team that wins 2-0 and their expected goals is 2, and the team that loses expected goal was 7. But they didn't score 7.
So they kind of, I'll give you a little insight.
Have me back here, Richie, come on.
No, it's a complete opposite.
You haven't a clue what he's trying to say.
Yeah, you're fucking worlds off. I remember when I remember when I was at Rovers, the ball just wouldn't go in the back of the net for us. I think this was in my second year there. We were battering everyone, like 70% possession every game, 20 shots on target, 20 corners, like, just, and we were like, what's going on here? Like, I remember, because we always used to get a bit slaughtered a little bit, like, they start the season so slowly. But we didn't really. It's just like that, the match sharpness kind of comes as the games go on, do you know what I mean? And that's what Rovers always do. But I remember I think we could have been third or fourth in the league. We were a bit of a distance off top we were, and we were like, this is a fucking joke, like. And the manager pulled us in, and he had like a big fucking spreadsheet up on the board, he did, and he was like, went through every single stat, and he was like, lads, look, this is where your XG is. He's at top of the list by a country mile. If you keep doing exactly what you're doing, you will win the league. And we were like, because sometimes you can, like that, a team can have a bit of self-doubt, and you're like, it goes into a bit of a rut then, it does. But he was brilliant, to be fair, when he done that. Like, he was just like, we don't need, because we were thinking something needs to change here so we can go on and win the league, because we were desperate to do it. Like, and he was just came in, he was like, keep doing exactly what you're doing, and you'll win the league. And it was true. We fucking won out of Canada then, like.
Really, yeah. It just took that while to just get in the swing of things, like. Yeah, fair.
I thought that would have happened then massively this year, because they had the European adventure last year, and it ran on to December time. Yeah, nearly mid-December, something like that. It ran on to then. They had a shortened pre-season, and I was thinking we were known for starting slow in leagues. So I was like, these are fucked this year. Like, complete opposite. I think the quick turnaround actually really helped them. Like.
Really, yeah. What's a pre-season like when you're in Ireland? Obviously, you said you went to Australia and all, but like in Ireland, what's it like?
Shite everywhere.
Is it? Yeah.
There's never a good pre-season. More so in Ireland because you're doing it in fucking January.
Yeah.
Pissing rain. You wake up, it's dark, cloudy, like, and then you're gonna get the bollocks run out of you for the whole day. Like, you know what I mean? We used to do some mad runs at Rovers where we'd run up the fucking whole Dublin Mountains. Like, never forget, it used to take about an hour. It fucking calves to be on. Like, it's about probably about 10 kilometers, just pure incline.
Yeah.
Get Yeah, in January. And my first year doing it, because it was always a big hoodoo around the, like, the hill. It was called the hill run. They were like, the hill run's coming up. And I used to be like, you fucking run up a hill, like, it's grand, like, do you know what I mean? The day we done it, fucking snow was that deep it was. And I was like, ever seen Scooby-Doo? He's just running like that. Like that. The feet are just flying everywhere. And I was like, this is absolute shite, this is, honestly.
Man.
Mad, yeah, mad stuff. Fucking, it was actually dangerous, because they used to have cars that drove up beside you, like, because you'd be running this, like getting down here in the blading back of nowhere, you had to come down to, like, it's like that it was, like, so you'd have, like, running up the mountains, like, country road type things, like, fucking cars just flying past you, like, you know what I mean? You're like, but on that day, they couldn't get any of the cars to go up because the snow was that deep. Everyone's wheels were just spinning, sliding back down things. So we were like, this is a disaster. Like, but like that, they try and do that, like, wean out the weak ones.
Yeah.
Who's gonna? That's what the lads used to say. Just get to the top of the hill. Don't stop. Like, don't walk. If you walk, you're fucked. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any lads that had ever walked, they were out the door. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of
even you though, coming back from playing for Celtic.
to be fair, I won it. Like, I was the first one up. Yeah, I'm fucking so competitive. I am, and I'd always feel like I'm pretty fit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, even like now, I would still class myself as being like really fit. Like, and I was like, oh, fuck that, I'm just going for it. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd like that, got up first. Like,
so you have to show that you've actually played.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. This is my first time doing it. I was like, I kind of need to put a marker down a little bit, not like to be like, I'm the best or anything like that. Just like, so everybody kind of raise the standards a little bit. You know what I mean? That right, if he's doing it, I want to do it. And it kind of like that, you'd have a good clique of lads that would do it. And it kind of, like, if you have someone it takes them an hour to do it, everybody else is going to take over an hour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're the first one, where if you do it in 45 minutes, the last person will probably do it in an hour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just raising that bar, raising the standards. That's always something that I try to do. Like,
Did you take a big responsibility when you came over for stuff like that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, like, I'd always be one of the first in the training in the morning, and I'd always be the last leaving.
Always, yeah. That's what you hear all the greats say, isn't it?
Yeah, I always try to be that player. That's why the lads used to give me a bit of stick. Even sometimes the manager would be like, fucking hell, you still here? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
how does that turn out when you're with your coaching? Like, are you hard on the lads or what way? Or would you still join in?
Yeah, as well, I'd be hard on them as in the sense of, like, I always, like, I'd say to them, like, I'm not here to coach energy. Like if you're coming to train me, bring an energy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't heard someone say that. I can't coach that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you miss a shot, I'm not going to be like, what are you doing missing a shot? Everybody misses a shot. No problem. That's no problem at all. Like use your weaker foot and miss. That's what I want you to do. That so you're going to improve. Do you know what I mean? So I'd never hammer a kid for being like, oh, that was terrible. You'd never hear me saying that. You'd never ever hear me saying that was terrible. It's always unlucky. This is how I would do it. This is a little tweak here that will help you going forward. Yeah. But like that, if you come in with a bad attitude or a bad energy, no, it's not gonna fly. Like,
is that something you're always gonna do after football? You always go stay in football.
I always thought I was gonna be a manager when I finished playing, and then I seen what managers have to do. Fuck that. It's wild, especially like
as in coach, like to get the badges. Is that what you mean?
No, like
day to day,
like,
once they are.
Yeah, like you have to manage up to the board and the owner, and you have to manage down 25, 30 men with personalities and characters. It's not easy. Like,
no, that's a hard one. All different ages as well.
Yeah, different ages. Like sometimes, like, you could have someone who their grandma or the grandfathers that are passing away, and they come in and they're in bad humour. Man, just like, what the fuck's wrong with him? Like, you know what I mean? That's the type of thing. And like that, as I said when I first got here, footballers have this big wall up. They don't want to speak about their emotions. They don't want to come in and say, you know what, lads, I'm having a bad day today. You know what I mean? Fucking Nanny passed away yesterday, not in good form. Like, lads would come in and they'd suck it up. And it was something I never done in me early on in my career. I was always fucking just fully focused on me, what I have to do. As I got older, I was always like, I seen him in training day, he was a bit down, just dropping a text like, everything all right? Like, do you want to go for a coffee? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like that, just trying to be a better person as well as being a better teammate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Important, like.
Definitely need that as well, especially in football, as you said. It's such a...
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. Like we're only, especially in League of Ireland, like, fucking normal lads, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like genuinely normal blokes. Like, I don't know if someone can't afford a mortgage this month. you know what I mean? You don't know what the background is. Yeah. So that's why I always, like, sometimes you used to be like, he's a grumpy cunt, isn't he? Like, what the fuck's wrong with him? Like, because I'd always have a good energy, and I'd always kind of, like, that's what, if I ever missed a day's training or whatever, I'd say, oh, we missed you yesterday, like, because I'd always bounce in and be like, oh, what's the story? Like, and try and have a bit of crack, like, but you get some lads come in, they be a bit down, like, and just think, wonder what's going on behind closed doors, like, something.
Do you know what? Norwich did a Whopper video a few years ago.
I've seen it.
What was it?
You haven't seen it?
I did.
Oh, you have seen it, yeah.
I
haven't seen it.
He needs fucking hearing aids, him, he does.
It was about the mental health of the Norwich fan, and they were going, they're having a laugh, and then your man just kind of get a bit more quieter, and then he's with his mate, and then he's not there, and it's an empty seat.
His mate is not there, he was coming in, and he's always the one who's lively, and it's the lad who's quiet. He's still sitting there, and his mate is at there taking his own life, but his mate was the one who came in and was and his mate was the other one. You looking at the video, you always think it's going to be the fella on the left, because he's always like this, and that's what I'm saying. You don't know circumstances. Some people do put on a brave face. Don't need to do that anymore. It's 2025, like, you know what I mean? I would fucking, if that never happened to any of my mates or anyone close to me, I'd first of all, I feel bad for myself for not recognising it, but I'd also be like, good that he didn't have the trust to text me and be like, mate, I'm having a shit day today. Like, are you around for a coffee or anything like that? But it's like that. And not just football,
said and done as
not just footballers. I think you see a lot of young people in modern society. They don't want to be seen as this weak person, which is not fucking weak at all. Like, as I said, I spoke to fucking psychologists for fucking last 4 years. Like, never once did I think, oh, that's a bit weak mentally of me doing that. If I have any advice for anyone, go and fucking speak. If you don't want to speak to your mates or your family, go and speak to a professional, like, do you know what I mean? If you need it, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if you don't need it, I'd recommend for anybody just to go and have someone to vent to.
Yeah.
Even something like this, like, this is
this is why we pay for this shit, baby.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But you don't even realise, you probably have had people on here and they're having the fucking shittest day in the world, and they come in here and like that, they put on a front at the start. And it's like, as they start to get speaking about their life, then the mood starts changing, and it is therapy. That's what it is, absolute therapy. Like,
100%. We say it all the time. It is.
Man. You are a good fighter. I can understand why the boys want you at training.
I know. And then they fucked me out.
Richie, man, you're a legend. That was fucking. That was class. That was.
Thanks for having me on, boys. I appreciate it.
We wanted to have a footballer on, or even just any athlete for ages, but to have a footballer who's so close to home. And
no, it is very close to home, isn't it? Yeah, it's good. Like,
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.